We're here at Barrett-Jackson 2024, and we're so lucky we have Dan here with us from Downforce, and he is going to tell us about this super special GT40.
Well, it is a GT40 Mark II. It's a Superformance, and this is the first one ever done in the Ken Miles 66 Daytona livery. So this is the paint scheme that kicked off the infamous 66 season where they won Daytona, Sebring, and then in Le Mans famously.
Yes.
And this is the paint scheme that Ken piloted to victory at Daytona. So it was the first Superformance ever done in this livery, and a lot of people kind of get confused by it because it starts back here. Normally you see on the Mark IIs, they have the periscope scoops, and everybody's like, where are those at? When we pulled up archive photos, they didn't have those on at Daytona. They added them at Sebring. So we had to have the factory make some adjustments and do it, and then get with Shelby American, pull some archive photos and things like that to get the paint scheme right and try to get it as right as possible. But now it's been a great car. It's been a car that we've used to test new products and new ideas. One is the killer engine. We took what is famous. I mean, most people take a 69 Camaro and throw a LS motor in it, and we said, why not do that to a GT40?
Oh my gosh.
And we gave a GT40 a pro touring mentality. So this is a custom built engine. It's a Ford Performance, out of the box Ford Performance, 5.2 Illuminator with a Borla 8 stack on top of it, and then with some custom camshafts. And then our installer still kept the 180-degree headers. So these are all handmade, hand-bent stainless steel headers. A lot of people think they're titanium because they were silver when we started, and they patinaed to this perfect color.
Yeah, that's
so it's
beautiful.
Really cool. So other than that, we run in a 5-speed manual transmission, and that was another hurdle, how to find a transmission for it. So we use a transmission called Mendiola. It was one of the first ones into a GT40.
Okay.
And the car is not just a driver either. I mean, we campaigned this car in the Optimus Street Car Challenge. This car has seen 170 plus at Road America.
Oh, really?
On the front stretch, yeah.
My gosh.
It was pretty crazy. But as crazy as that sounds, it was actually more stable. The faster the car went, the aerodynamics on these things actually worked, and the car just kept going.
Wow.
And it made for a spectacular ride, so we could prove the engine, prove the transmission, show that it's not just a grocery getter or I'm going to take it out on the weekend. You can actually race it.
Oh,
you know, it is usually the big hurdle we got to get over is it a GT40?
Yes. Tell us a little bit more about that, because there is some confusion around that, I feel like.
And that's why we put some of the signage out to try to get that point across.
Yeah.
The Superformance GT40 is on the original monocoque chassis from the 60s. Over 80% of the car would interchange with the car from the 60s. It is licensed by the company that still owns GT40, Saffer Spares, and they issue it a P chassis number in sequential to the cars from the 60s. So all the cars from the 60s were a 1000 series. When they started building these cars in the early 2000s, they started with 2000.
Right,
and this car was specially ordered with the chassis number 2415, the first of 3 cars to have their numbers linked to the original car. So they used 24 for the 24 Hours Daytona.
Oh, very good.
And then 15 for 1015 that Ken drove.
Okay,
and then we did a Mario Andretti car. That car sold at SEMA almost instantly after we debuted it. Mario even signed the car.
Oh, we saw that car.
it was pretty cool to have a guy like Mario there.
Yes,
And then we did the car that was given the victory at Le Mans, the number 2 car, the Bruce McLaren. We did a 2446 car, and that car sold immediately too. We held on to this. It's been a main staple of our company and kind of a poster child for Downforce Motorsports.
Okay, because how long have you had it completed?
It's right around 3 years now.
Around 3 years,
Yeah, so it's been a while. Ken's son Peter signed the dash at a show a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He's going to be here Saturday night when the car crosses the block.
That is so special,
so, but the car is really unique. And it's just time for let somebody else, enjoy it.
Yes.
Hopefully somebody who's got a 2021 Ken Miles Heritage Edition is going to want a matching set, because this is going to be their absolute only opportunity to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It should be a unique thing. I'm curious to see how it goes and excited. And we're going to move on to a couple new cars. We've got a car we're going to race, and we're going to build a new demo car for the company and put a new face to the company. Just kind of give an update.
Oh my gosh, well, we'll have to watch for that. That's exciting as well.
It is, and the one car we're going to race in vintage racing along with the Optimus Street Car Challenge.
Okay.
And give this car to somebody who could put it in their collection. They can race it, they can drive it and enjoy it, they can do whatever they want and enjoy some of the things that we kind of innovated with this car, and being pretty much, in my opinion, one of the very first, if not the first, pro touring GT40.
Wow.
You know, because who's got the guts to go out and get a GT40 and then not put a period correct FE motor in? And it's funny is now when we sell customers a GT40, we're doing a lot of illuminators. We do.
Are you? Yeah.
Well, you know, an 0506 is getting unattainable. And
Sure.
if you get one, you park it.
Yeah.
You know, not very many people are driving those cars. So this was a way to get them into a Mark 1 or a Mark II, but then give them modern drivability.
Yeah,
And
very nice.
it gave them a lower cost alternative to still get a Ford GT or GT40 and have modern drivability to it. Not everybody wants a period correct motor in it. You mean?
Well, right, yeah. I mean, like you said, the drivability on the period correct motors are
yeah, I mean,
a little
especially up
bit
here,
more
you can walk
challenging.
around. There's very period correct cars like this Mustang, and then you know other cars around us that they're not even remotely period correct with modern motors, and you know they're very popular. So
Yeah.
it's been exciting.
That's really exciting, and to be able to customize cars to really whatever the buyer is interested in is such a neat feature.
And we've done that. We can do something that's very period correct looking all the way down to the motor, or just a mixture like this car is, or something that's completely the opposite direction. We've got GT40s that we've done blackout packages on and big wheels and things like that to give a tire selection up, or you know a mixture. So yeah, a customer can come in and just kind of figure out what they want to do.
Okay, but you did say if you're interested in something like that, if you're not lucky enough to get this car and you want to go ahead and build one, the wait time is still now like a couple of years?
Our company right now here in January at Barrett-Jackson, we have 4 allocations left for 2024.
Okay.
And after we sell those, nobody has any till next year in 25.
Okay, gosh.
Superformance only produces 3 a month, and they're selling out faster than they can produce it. So we usually try to inventory cars. We're one of the few dealerships that do.
Okay.
And give somebody the option. A lot of times we'll put the inventory allocation out there,
Yeah.
and sometimes we'll hold it back. We won't tell
Okay.
anybody, and then get a landed car. And then someone can then have that instant gratification of, okay, I got my roller, I don't have to wait, I can get a car and have a builder finish it out and go that route. So
Okay.
yeah, it's something that I think has helped us grow the company.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Not
you know,
lots of options. I mean, that's, because
It
some
is.
people do want it fully customized or willing to wait, and other people are like, I want one today. So,
yeah, and that's exactly it.
Yeah.
You know, and this car's seen all that, you know, from big 18 and 19-inch wheels to these very period correct wheels and tires on it.
Yeah.
And it shows the diversity of the engine packages, the chassis, and the ability to truly customize one of these cars and still have a real GT40, because these cars are in the world registry. The certificate for this car is on the windshield to show people it's a real GT40, it's got a chassis number, and it's in the registry.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. That's
Yeah.
just a great way to continue such a legend, you know,
Yeah,
and a legacy with
and that's
the
just it.
GT40s.
You know, we can continue on that heritage that these cars are famous for, especially after Ford versus Ferrari,
Yeah.
and get somebody into one of these vehicles so they can really enjoy it. So the Illuminator is a unique package because the Illuminator is a high revving motor. Unlike the big Ford motor they put in this back in the 60s, this will actually spin to well over 8,000 RPMs. So, and still out of the box makes just a little under 600 horsepower.
I was going to ask you about the horsepower. Yeah.
So.
And the cars are only like 2,300 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one I think weighed out just under 2,400 pounds with gas in it. So,
Yeah.
and that's the other thing. You go to a track event with one of these things, and how are you braking so late? How are you coming out of the corner so well?
Oh, yeah.
Car don't weigh nothing, And then where the weight is perfectly balanced. They were so far ahead of their time with these cars back in the 60s. My wife saw a GT40 for the first time, and we were opening a Superformance dealership. I thought you were going to sell classic cars. I'm like, that is.
Yeah.
She see a Cobra and she got it. When she saw a GT40, she's like, that looks like it's brand new. So yeah, they were way ahead of their time. So it's an incredible driving experience. One of the things I like about this motor is you do have that modern look, but when we use the boreless system that looks like Weber carburetors.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you, is it fuel injected?
It is fully fuel injected.
Okay.
I've actually had people ask, well, how'd you get carburetors on a Coyote motor?
Yeah.
So that is a fuel injection system straight from Borla induction.
Okay.
We put them on a lot of Cobras. It gives it that old look.
Yeah.
And when we close the clamshell, all you see is the trumpets, and it still has a very period correct look with the clamshell down.
Right.
You open the hood, and here's this modern engine package in there, and gives it a different, unique look. and I wish we could fire it up because it makes
Oh my
such
gosh.
a sound.
I know. We'll have to try to catch it when it goes across Saturday night.
Saturday night it's going across.
Yeah.
Like I said, Peter Miles will be here for it. Gary Patterson from Shelby American will drive it across. I'll get him to blip the throttle a few times.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that would be so fun to hear. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a unique time and sad to see it go, but excited at the same time.
Yeah. Lots of good things to come.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking your time
Thank
to
you guys
tell
for
us
coming by.
about this amazing car, and I can't wait to see it on Saturday night.
Thank you.